Unconditional love is scary as fuck, man. Unconditional love is so scary. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, Low Budget Wisdom. I'm Marcus, and today we're going to talk about why unconditional love it can be so scary, right? You might have heard people around social media or seen videos that talk about unconditional love. It's a frequency, it's a vibration, it's an embodiment, it's a way of being. Unconditional love is something so beautiful that we have to learn how to embody it. Yeah, I get that. I totally understand that, but sometimes it can get a bit confusing because what is unconditional love? Unconditional love is, from my understanding, is a type of love where you give without the expectations of receiving anything in return for that pure goodwill that you are giving to another person. Could be a pet as well, could be a plant, right? But what gets stuck is we keep on having this idea that, oh, unconditional love means I give and this person should be grateful for what I'm giving this person. And if that person doesn't feel grateful, then what's the point of being unconditional? What's the point of being unconditionally loving to another person, right? I think being able to be unconditionally loving another person sets an example for the other person to be, you know, wow, this person loves me no matter what I do. And it can be scary sometimes for the other person. And what I mean by it can be scary is that when someone loves you, even if you have flaws, even if you think that you are not someone that deserves that kind of unconditional love, because we have been brought up in a society where achievement equals to deserving of some sort of love, any type of love. Yeah, I have to achieve good grades. I have to get a good job, make a certain amount of money. I have to look a certain way in order to be attractive and to in order to deserve love from my family, from a girl, from a boy, whatever it is. And it can be scary because it forces you to be thinking to yourself like, if this person can love me with my flaws, then why don't I love myself with the flaws that I have now? Why don't I accept the parts of myself? And it causes a bit of a cognitive dissonance, a bit of mental conflict where you think, I don't love myself because I haven't achieved this goal yet. I haven't made this certain amount of money yet. I don't love myself because I'm not where I want to be yet physically. I gotta hit the gym more. I gotta search for a better job. I gotta earn more money. I gotta work super hard. I gotta get a certain amount of grades before I feel that I am deserving of the love that this other person is giving me. And what makes me feel even worse is the fact that this person is loving me unconditionally without me achieving all these goals that I thought I need in order to deserve unconditional love. And so it's going to put pressure on you when someone loves you unconditionally, when someone truly loves you for the way you are. And sometimes it can be hard to keep on receiving this kind of unconditional love with the thought that I can't receive any more. You have been giving me too much unconditional love, and I feel kind of bad because I am unable to give you in return this unconditional love back. I'm not able to repay you unconditional love. And so it really forces you to face uncomfortable truths that have been hiding around within you. And it forces you to think about your own life. Why do I not like myself as it is? Why do I think that I need to change and be someone better before I can accept love and acceptance from other people? What are the childhood memories? What are the childhood traumas? What are the ugly stuff that happened in the past that caused me to believe that I do not deserve love? You deserve love. Everybody does. No matter how badly you think of yourself, you deserve love. And maybe you are not where you are. Maybe where you are at right now, at this moment in time, is not where you ultimately want to be. It's not. It's not. You have not achieved your goal yet, but that's okay. 5 years ago, the person you are 5 years ago would be so proud of you for how far you have come today. If you could have gone back in time 5 years ago, 4 years ago, any number of years ago, to meet your younger self and talk to him or her, I bet your younger self would be looking at you in awe, like, wow, look how much you have grown in these few years. You are exactly where I want to be. That is what your younger self is probably going to tell you. And if not, and if you have not changed that much since 5 years ago, that's okay. At least you know now. At least you have that awareness that, okay, from this current perspective, from this current moment, how would I want to look up to my how would I want to look up to myself in a year's time, right? You see, in a year's time, how would you want to see yourself right at this moment as you're watching this video? At this very moment, how would you want to view your older self, your future self? And I'm sure from this perspective looking back, I'm sure you have unconditional love and understanding for your younger self for making those dumb mistakes. It's like you wouldn't scold your version of a 5-year old self for you know making a blunder, for for making a mess on his shirt just because when you were trying to eat. You wouldn't scold him, you wouldn't punish him, you wouldn't punish your 1-year old self for not being able to walk. You wouldn't go and scold your 1-year old self. You wouldn't go back to the past and scold and look at your 1-year old self crawling on the floor. Hey, why aren't you running yet? You stupid baby, stupid baby. You wouldn't do that to yourself. You should be able to be walk. You should be able to run at this certain age. You are 2 years old. You should be running fast. Why are you still walking so slow? Stupid baby. Useless. Useless baby. Doesn't make sense. So we think that just because we are at a certain point in life, just because we are a certain age, we have to have everything figured out. And if not, we are a failure and we do not deserve unconditional love from other people. That that just doesn't make sense to me. Is that an absolute truth? Is that something that you have learned throughout your years of living? The programming from society, from your parents, from your friends, from your peers, like, don't be so hard on yourself. Give yourself some space to make those mistakes and learn, right? See, you see where I'm getting at? And so when someone unconditionally loves you, and this could also be your dog, your pet, this doesn't have to necessarily be a human being. If someone or some animal or something unconditionally loves you, and that causes you some pressure, that causes you some worry about whether or not I will be able to return that unconditional love. If that causes anxiety, okay, fine, feel it. There must be a reason that you're feeling these emotions. It's a messenger. Emotions are messengers. The body never lies. It shows you where you have to, put in a little bit more effort, put in a little bit more work. It forces you to grow out of your comfort zone, at least a little bit. It's not how much you grow that's important. It's it's whether or not you're growing. That's the most important part. You don't have to grow. You don't have to improve 50%, 100%, 3 times, 4 times overnight. You could do it step by step, little by little, just 1% a day, and that is more than enough. 1% a day. If you have 100-page book, 1% of improvement is reading 1 page of that book. Come on, it takes 5 minutes or less. Or if you want to try something new, a diet, an exercise routine, go ahead. Try that one new workout. You don't have to try 5 new workouts and get and be perfect at them at the first try, on the first go. It takes time. You don't plant a seed and water it and put it under the sun for one day and it grows into a tree. That's not how nature works. We are so closely related to nature, you know? So I hope that when someone gives you unconditional love, you would be able to take in and receive that gracefully and also work on yourself so that in the future you can also spread this kind of unconditional love and acceptance to others, because I truly believe that we have to start loving ourselves first with all our flaws, all our imperfections, all our whatever it is that we are still working on that is not perfect in our eyes, in our view, right? We have to accept all of that. And you don't have to be perfect in order to give unconditional love to another person. It is it is it is literally like this other person is a mirror to yourself. If this person can love you, it shows you it shows you that the things that you are worrying about, the things that you feel inadequate about, doesn't actually exist. It doesn't actually exist outside of yourself. So this other person acts as a mirror, reflecting back to you your insecurities and your fears, and what you feel that is inadequate about you. So please cut yourself some slack. Forgive yourself for the mistakes, and remember that love is free. You don't have to you don't have to gain anything. You don't have to achieve a certain amount. That there are no fixed amounts of things that you have to achieve in order to get this amount of love. It is not that logical. It is not a structured thing. Love is not a structured thing. You have to show up for yourself lovingly every single day before you can accept love from other people. So I hope you all the best. And if this really resonated somewhere within you, or if you feel that it has some value, please share, subscribe, and like this video, and comment down below what you think about this. Thanks. See you in the next one.